Hello everyone, it's February 11, 2021 and it's a Thursday and you're watching me, Nikki, also known as Business Trader for the Philippine Market Update. Let's begin. All right, so the Philippine market is now closing in at 6,991. It's down 91 points. It's down 1.29%. However, there are some names that are having a green day. So let's take a look at the market's reaction today. You've got stats like these, top traded names. All right, before we go to the top traded names, let's just take a look at the index. Market value today is about 4.65 billion with advancers 95, decliners are 131, and you've got net foreign selling for 185 million pesos. So a lot of people feel that the market is toppish and there's a lot of selling pressure today. Your Bloomberry is up 2%, BPI is up 1%, but more than that, let's take a look at the index prices so that we can really see what's moving today. Your BPI is 86.25, Bloomberry is 777, ICT is about 125, AGI is 11, San Miguel Corp is 127, Globe is 2040, AEV is 43, FGen 30 bucks, Emperador 10, DMC 545, Pure Gold still below 39, Aboitiz Power 26.30. Robinson's Land 19, Robinson's Retail 56.55. You've got Lucia Tan Group 15, BDO is 107. You've got MPI 4.2, Metro Bank is at 48.7, Security Bank is 126, Mega World is 3.8, Ayala Land is 40.35, Meralco is 289.2, GT Cap is 550, PLDT is 1350, URC is 138.5. Jollibee is down today to 178.7. Your Ayala Corp is 802. SM is 1,068. Your SM Prem is down, big, quite big, 37.2. And your JG Summit is 64.6. So you're seeing actually a majority of your index names going down. We kind of felt that the market was not gonna go much leeway to the upside. You've got properties already hitting your resistances. You've got some big caps already hitting your resistances, like your SMs at 1,070. So in a way, today's movement is just really a reflection of the market's trading range. All right, so let's take a look at your stats. Top traded names, you've got Vito Telecom still continuing to the upside, extended but still went up. It's now trading at 17.7. Your FAS succumbed to that 3.2 levels, and it's now down back to about 297. You're getting some profit taking along the way. Your APL is trying to still be in a range. It's now trading at 0.39 cents. Your Ascent still below 8787. It's still a trading range. BSC also exhibiting a trading range format. Your VUL is now trading 27% higher, 3.53. This one seems to get an all-time high move if I'm not mistaken. Is it an all-time high move for the VUL? We'll see. Take a look. Mary Mart is trading at 706, a little bit extended, but still continuing higher. ABA is trading down 7%, 123. Your BDO is back below the range, so it's below 110 again. It's now trading 107. MRC, you're within a range, 55 cents. Abra is still 51 range. RHI is 56.55. Your DWC is now in the top 13, now trading with 83 million pesos, up 15%. So Discovery World gets an all-time high yet again with more trades and more value traded. Converge is also up in your top 15. It's now trading 17.74, down slightly, but still at least 200 million pesos trading it nowadays. Your SMS down, 1,068. Your Jollibee is down significantly today, 178.7. Ayala Corp is 802. ICT just really stagnant there at 125. AGI still stagnant at about 11. Ali, they get taken profits from. Tech, taken some profits from. Still in a range now, your Tech. Still below 7, now trading at 686. Your FNI is up 2%, still 267. This is actually a move higher. Your Davin is up 30% with 50 million pesos today. And the rest, TBGI continues higher, 8%, 46 cents. 50 million pesos there, and then the rest is just really sleeping. Your GE Summit is back below the 68 range, and it's now trading at 64.6. Take a look at your worst losers, if any. The biggest loser today is actually ABA, 100 million pesos on the downside, 7%. The other bigger loser is actually FA, with about 600 million pesos, getting taken profits from here at about 297. You've got also a lot of losing pressure on your BSC, down 3%, here at about 115. Other than that, let's take a look at your top gainers. Top gainers, you've got Davin, Vol, and DWC. You've got these names hitting 30%, 27%, 15% higher. The other ones that are worth mentioning, PBGI is up 8%. And then this one is about IMI hitting about 5% higher, 13.4. You've got also this one, your Dito Telecom still continuing higher, albeit 1.2 billion, 3% up, still trading 17.7. Extended continues to be extended. Let's take a look at your Inquirer, just a few news out here. Let's take a look at your business page. Banks are assuring the public for an ATM-free policy, customer-centric. Migrant workers' job is still at risk, says Asian Development Bank. SB Corp is signed to aid up to 60,000 pandemic hit MSMEs. African swine fever is confirmed in Masbate. Asian markets are slipping as dealers are taking a breather this holiday thin trade. Tomorrow it's actually no trading, so we're gonna have a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Happy Chinese New Year in advance, and of course, happy Valentine's Day for everyone watching this February 14. For February 14. Wanted to also explain to everyone that by February 15, Monday, I will be absent, so we won't have streams tomorrow and on Monday. So I'll see you again on Tuesday. European US stocks are mostly dipping. Oil rally continues. So we are seeing actually some breather in the market. Let's take a look at some charts that are worth mentioning. All right, so Davin exploded 30% up with 50 million pesos. Let's take a look at what happened here. Vulcan is up 27%. Your Davin is trading a big move today, 3 months up, breaking this high of about 10 bucks. Sorry, breaking about this 7 pesos. That is a 5-year resistance here at 8. Let's take a look at these names. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Are there news happening on your these companies? So what exactly has inspired this breakout of your Davin today? Material information, nothing here this week. So still just, let's take a look at whether we have some news. Vinci Capital trading 50 million pesos, company disclosures, nothing to speak of. So probably just a lot of speculative movements on your Davin. 50 million pesos isn't really a lot. So it could be just a few people, right? So it's just $1 million. That's big for Davin for a day. But if you take a look at it from a volume perspective, it's just big today. We don't know if it's going to be continuous in the next couple of days. Market cap is about 10 billion pesos. You've got some foreign buyers here. Let's take a look at what exactly has transpired on this move. So October 7, 2020, there has been this big move here, and then some volume in November, and then December. Okay, let's take a look at some things happening. Could there be some news in the last couple of years, or is this just being pumped? 8 pesos, you've got that resistance. And then, of course, this is a very low float, so that is also possible. Very low float, you can actually just trigger a few volume, and then, yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to find news if there's any. And then if there's none, then we'll see whether it can be sustained. 650 here and 8 bucks here. So you've got a significant resistance broken today with some volume. Still don't know what exactly has inspired this movement. Let's take a look at whether the news sites like Google has anything in store for Da Vinci Capital. Da Vinci Capital Holdings Philippines news, if any. Any news on this company? Lucio Cos, Shell company is hiking the capital to 1 billion pesos. That was October 7, 2020. And April 17 from Mariwasa to Lucio Cos Da Vinci. And then this one, let's take a look at this. Let's just read up what people are talking about in these types of companies. All right, let's try to read. So October 7, 2020, the first significant volume, right? From a charting perspective, yeah, you see that significant volume here in October 7. Says here that Lucio Co hikes their capital to 1 billion pesos. This shell company sizzled, announcing several corporate changes, possibly a revival of operations, company's stock jumped from 3 pesos to 468 as the board approved a plan to increase their authorized capital stock to 1 billion pesos from 3 to 7 million pesos. The company's name is going to be changed into Keepers Holdings Inc. And then they will conduct a stockholders meeting on November 20 to approve these corporate changes. Da Vinci was formerly incorporated as Mariwasa, and it was supposed to primarily engage in manufacture of ceramic tiles. The company is acquired by Co in 2013, and people are actually estimating it might be a power generation project back their listing. Aside from Da Vinci, of course, Mr. Lucio Co owns other two listed firms. You've got Pure Gold and Costco, and the Co family owns several office buildings in Alpha Land and Southgate. So that's one news here, the Keepers Holdings. Okay, let's try to understand what this Keepers Holding is. October 7, 2020. So let's gonna read this material information here. And let's try to read this other October 27 material information here as well on your Da Vinci. All right, I need to like check up on that. October 7 material information transaction. So it says here that they have approved the corporate name to the Keepers Holdings. It's been approved by these types of people in the annual stockholders meeting on November 20, 2020. So let's take a look at that stockholders meeting, November 20. So the results or the special stockholders meeting says here that yes, they're going to change the name to the Keepers Holdings, and then they even increase the authorized capital stock to 2 billion pesos. And then, all right, so there's this guesswork, I suppose, from the market on what exactly is going to happen inside this Lucio Co backdoor play holding company. So right now it's trading at new all-time highs with volume. I'm not really sure what's exactly happening, but you are seeing that there's volume here. And it looks like that that ability to sustain that upward movement in the last October 2020, what was that level here? October 2020 was about 4 pesos. It tells you that somebody was willing to buy here 4 pesos and 6.50 and 8 pesos, whatever it may be. We'll try to see what exactly is happening. But I'm just like reading the news for you right now. I have no idea whatsoever, but this is an all-time high move. Yeah, and then what else is being said here? Initial statement, November 25, public ownership report. Let's take a look at how many shares are actually owned by the public. You've got the number of issued and outstanding shares, 1.1 billion. And the majority of that indirectly shares is actually owned by InvestCap Incorporated. It says here that the non-public shares is 956. The total shares owned by the public is about 170 million. So 170 million times about, let's say, multiply that to 10 na lang, not really 8, then that's about 1.7 billion pesos minus 340 million. So you've got about 1.4 billion pesos in the marketplace. That's about it's about $30 million. Okay, so, okay, what else are you saying here? Let me try to read some news. So the shell company, the Keepers Holdings, let's try to understand what this guy is saying. What did he say about this Mariwasa thing? Let's see. Let's just read. Da Vinci has this public ownership report, credited or 15% float, yes. And then what else? Last trading at 4. Stock traded at a 586. Nothing actually, but all that they're saying is that it's 15% owned by the public. Now, subscription of Angel Oxin to ABS-CBN shares. What's this? She hasn't yet paid for ABS, peaked at 17.10. All right, sige, let's take a look at what ABS-CBN's shares are doing today. ABS. This is a media company that's still being hounded because of that franchise approval. So far, it's just really been sleeping so far. Your ABS is still at a gap up here from about as high as 11 to about 12.50. Still gapping fill. It's a gap fill. It could go down to about 11 pesos, but still above higher low. So people are just waiting and seeing on what exactly is going to happen to this name. Could go higher if you believe in it, or it can go lower here about 11. So it's a wait and see. Nobody knows what's going to happen with ABS. Yeah. So let me take a look at your questions, if any. All right, it just looks interesting, the Davin. There's that the keeper's holdings, but what exactly is the keeper's holdings? Um, I don't know. Let's just keep on searching. From Da Vinci to the keepers, Lucio Cos long dormant firm. Lucio Cos investment holding firm, the keeper's holdings. Michelle Ong, the keeper's holdings. What is this? What's the keeper's holdings? Then this one, it's just a question mark right now. So it's like a speculation. The daughter Camille and the premier wine execs joined the board. So maybe it's a liquor. Is it a liquor company? All right. So unveiling his plans, gaining 50%. Da Vinci has led by his daughter Camille Co, and then the subsidiary Premier Wine and Spirits, and then Montosco. So distributes Chivas Regal. So I guess right now people don't exactly know what it is, but it's probably a speculation that there's going to be something happening here. And so, all right, let's try to look at the numbers. So Montosco Premier Spirits is of course listed through Costco, and the Costco capital is probably gonna spin off. I'm not sure if it's gonna spin off. Now let's take a look at some Costco shares right now. COSCO. Costco is still sleeping here at about 5:39. You don't see a lot of volume either, but the other day, yes, there was February 5, 2021. Either way, looks like something's happening here. What exactly is who's the top buyer of Da Vinci today? Let's go to the broker ranking stock, Davin. So you've got time and sales, buyers and sellers, 55 million pesos. You've got the biggest buyer as Call Financial, Timson, Sun. Not a lot of buyers actually. It's just about 1 million shares each. It's total of 6 million. And I don't think that the market knows anything. It's just at an all-time high. So all-time high triggers people to just jump in, and they don't really know, I suppose. Hi, I want to know your insights regarding the fundamentals and technical side of Robinson's Retail, Frutas, and BSC. Robinson's Retail looks to be a low. It's kind of oversold in my view. I gave a few fundamental. I mean, I was reading Robinson's Retail. I like the company's fundamentals, to be honest. There's cash flows. I think I mentioned a lot about Robinson's Retail. You can just search this. Robinson's Retail by 58 Awesome10X. So I think like currently, did I write about that? View all. Recorded. I think I did. I remember making a review on it. Yeah. Well, the generics pharmacy, Southstar Drug. Yeah, so you can actually just check it out. But I am of the view that I'm more bullish at these levels, 56, 55 for your Robinson's Retail. I think the bulls have the upside here if you're thinking about a bigger, like a longer term perspective. So you've got resistance, of course, at about 67, 70, and 80. So 70, 80 looks to be a resistance. 60 all the way to 50 looks to be a support. Frutas, I think it's in a trading range. You've got 130 support and about 170 above as your initial resistance. The market is still waiting and seeing about what the company has in store for the next couple of months or quarters. So it's really more in just a sleepy pullback so far. BSC looks to be in a trading range. I think it's just in a trading range. You've got the buyers solidly at about 70 cents. And then you've got a lot of selling at about 140 above. AGI, if you also may, AGI looks to be just an uptrend. Lots of buyers at 9, lots of resistance about 13 to 14. What's your inputs for now? Well, it's not being traded so far. So I think like there's not a lot. We're just going to see about your charts. I think there's just a lot of resistance here about 5. And then chart-wise, it's just really a trading range. I think like 3 to 5. You're in the lower side. So perhaps if you're bullish, then you go in 3 to 350 current levels. And then the resistance will be here about 5 pesos. Very stronger support at about 250. So it's more in the nowhere zone for now. I'm at work now. I just want to ask, can I still catch up? Yes. The the Awesome 10X Inner Circle is until February 12th, 2021. That will be tomorrow. Yes. Liquor brand from UK. I think yung Keepers. All right. So let's take a look at that. The Keepers. Okay. Says that it's a liquor brand. The Keepers Liquor. The Keepers Liquor is a brand in Barnegat Light. Keepers Liquor, Instagram photos. It's a beer store, 2018. I'm not really sure. Do you really think that this is what it is? This the Keepers Liquor. I don't think it's big though. This is just a craft beer, so I don't think this is it. It's not gonna be that. I don't know. So the Keepers Holdings, we don't know what it is. Any insights on Vol? I know nothing about Vol, so why don't we actually check it out? Vol went all-time highs, right? Is it? It just broke to an all-time high here about $3, 3 pesos. So far, 350 today. Broke that 233 pesos. Extended move, but what exactly has been inspiring this entire movement from as low as about 1 all the way to 3? So you've got that insanity move from as low as 1 to 350. All right, you've got the volume. What exactly has been happening on your vol? I remember that it was accumulated, like at 1 peso. I remember talking about the chart only, that vol was being bought at about piso. But I mean, I didn't know what exactly was inspiring people to buy that piso, you know. I have no idea why, why people are going to buy it up. I remember talking about that, like the vols and the vitas were like piso names that for some reason was being bought up by the market last year. I mean, just from a chart perspective, no? So December 3, 2020, vol and vita and some 1 peso stocks are waking up. So I noticed the chart, but I still don't know what exactly inspired people to wake up and buy it at 1. So that's December 3, 2020. That was somewhere here. So we mentioned that there seems to be a buyer here, no? So very clearly there's a volume here, December 3. And you'll notice that the chartist would buy perhaps 1 peso, 110, held on to it. As to why it went triple your money from 1 to about 4, have no idea. Like, let's take a look. Other than the chart, I really have no idea why it went up. Vulcan, company disclosure, what was happening in December 3. All right, not even. December 3, other SEC forms, reports, requirements. Please see attached, just a corporate gov seminar, public ownership report. You've got February 5, material information. Says here that there's a notice that Vulcan executed a deed covering the corporation's rights in a mineral sharing MPSA in Negros Occidental in favor of UPM. So what? It's a mineral production sharing agreement. I don't know. Well, that's what you can see here in the news. Like, I think, like, personally, I'm not too interested with mining. But if that's the reason why it went from 1 to 4, then that's what it is. If you're buying at 4, you're kind of late, right? The chartist would have bought it at about 1 peso here. And right now, I guess that it's a bit extended. If you're going to ask me from a charting perspective, some people would have bought here on the breakout here at about 87 cents, right? So the one was actually more of a delayed move already, but there was that volume because it's very hard to enter without volume either. And then the volume started picking up here as well. And then it was just on and on and on and on. So congrats for those who have it. As to why it will continue further, I really have no idea. So that's just me. Okay. Entry for DWC. The DWC I think is yeah, so this was strong. We noticed that DWC seems to be an undervalued play in the hotel resorts in the Philippines, and the company seems to have been noticeably buying up all the shares. You can see the disclosures around November, December that they've been buying up with these volumes. Here about 1 peso and 230. We took a look at it. Looks like actually there's just too much resorts that are undervalued when you think about tourism in the Philippines. The volume actually started only here at about 4, right? Here at about February 2021, 4 to 7. We'll probably take a look whether it continues further. So you're seeing that the volume is kind of just happening above 4. This was perhaps the greed. You have this euphoric move so far. The euphoric move, we don't know where it ends, no? It can go to 8, 9, 10. There's that bullish movements. So some of us got this already. I just don't know if this will continue further, but you've got buyer pressure about 5, 6, 7. We still don't know because it's an all-time high. It can go to 9, 10, right? So for now, those who don't have it, probably try to see if you can enter about 7 or 6. Sorry, today it's 7, hit 7. Let's assume that we have a top somewhere at about 8. That's an assumption, all right? Let's say 4 goes to 100% move. Let's say that is your top. That is just an assumption. And the extension is at about 1050. We'll see whether this 560 is your higher low or your 6 pesos. So it's just an assumption on my end. But I think that there's that uptrend happening here. Could consolidate some gains. But yeah, I think that it's just an assumption on my end. As a follower, I saw that PwC a couple of days ago from here said I didn't trust my entry. Yeah, so we were like seeing DWC since about $3, right? So of course there was that all-time high move. And took a look at it. It was actually more undervalued than ever. So even here, let's say you were taking a look before the breakout of 4. Let's say you were just naturally curious why this was breaking out here at about 250. I guess some people are buying at 250, but we don't know whether they would profit take here at about 7 or 8. So if there will be some profit taking, it could consolidate. We will have to see how the setup works. So far, it's just a continuous run. Your volume is picking up, just like as you said, your vols went up. So can it go 8, 9, 10? We'll see. Let's let the market decide. So congrats to those who have vol. Your 1 went to 4. Your DWC is now hitting 2 to 8, right? And what else have risen quite sharply? Yeah, so far, yeah. Actually, your vol and your Vita, what happened to your Vita though? Your vol went up 1 peso. That time, Vita was also picking up some steam. But Vita didn't move, right? December 3, also during that time, it was also picking up. There was that volume here, but then it really slumbered. Nothing already. So it's just like up here, but other than that, there was nothing anymore. Still consolidating so far, no? It's still at a higher low. Some people are buying up this 91 cents. As to why it will go 2, 3 pesos, 4 pesos, I don't know. But you could see that there is that accumulation, if you would call it. There is that higher low here. And I have no idea whether it can go to 4 or $5. But as you said, the chart is saying something. I don't know. The chart is saying something. That's all I can say. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Please don't forget to like and share. And subscribe, like, and share. Awesome 10X. See you again on Tuesday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.